It was a totally epic fight. And I know for you, very, very tough, the outcome, but it's one of those fights which will be remembered for the bravery of the contest. Both of you absolutely brilliant in the ring. I know you went in with a great deal of enmity. Did you end the fight with more respect for your opponent than you started?
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, when you share 12 hard rounds together, you have a mutual respect. Yeah, so there's definitely respect there in terms of boxing.
That's interesting you say that because, of course, we had all this run-up to the fight, including the fact that you got slapped in the face at the press conference by Chris Eubank Jr. with that egg. Just describe to us what that moment was like.
Oh, of course. I mean, if the security hadn't done their job properly, I definitely would have got my hands on him. But, thank God they did. And, you soon learn to understand it's just part of the game. It is what it is. Is it the way I would handle it? No. Is it something I do? No. But, it's the entertainment business at the end of the day.
You went in at the start with such a kind of passion and force, and I know you'll look back on the 12 rounds. In retrospect, would you do things differently again?
Yeah, of course. Listen, there's plenty of changes that I would have made. I mean, I haven't watched it back, but I know how I felt in there. There were just things that weren't there that should have been there, and things I should have done that I didn't do. But ultimately, I was excited. I was very excited. I started strong, I finished strong. The size played a massive factor in the 11th and 12th rounds. But, we keep it moving, we go back to the drawing board and we continue to grow, we continue to develop and work off of what we've done Saturday night.
Also, it must have been amazing to have your dad there, but also Chris Eubank Sr. as well. You were kind of together, a new generation, reliving one of the great generations of British boxing.
Yeah, we really made history Saturday night. And sometimes it's hard for me to sit down and go, you know what, I did that. We did that. It's a family business, and to have Senior there and to have my old man there and the two sons fighting who are just like their dads. I mean, it's never been done in history before. So, I'm very excited to have been part of this event and headline such an amazing show.
Clearly, there had been a rift between Chris Eubank Jr. and his father. In fact, referring back to that press conference, Chris Eubank Sr. had said that it was a disgrace that his son slapped you with that egg. Do you feel that the fight on Saturday night went some way to repairing that rupture?
I really hope it did. Because, as I said, your dad's your dad. And we are where we are because of our dads, whether we like it or not. They paved the way for us. And I have such a great relationship with my dad. And when I mean this, and I say it with, hand on heart, I wish nothing but the best for their relationship. Because boxing all comes and goes. What happens when we're retired and we're done? All we have is family. So for me, if this fight has brought them two closer together, as I said in other interviews, it's worth its weight in gold. It's a beautiful thing to see. So when Chris turned up and he surprised us all, I was happy in the ring. I was happy to see them ring walk. I'm sitting there going, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I should not be happy that Senior's there with his son. But I was happy. I was made up watching them two do the ring walk together because I know they've had their challenges over the years. But family always stays.
Amazing. I mean, I know you. I mean, this is astonishing. You were in hospital after the fight. So was Chris Eubank Jr. But 24 hours, 36 hours later, you were back in training already. I know, back in the gym. Everybody's talking about an autumn rematch. Is that definite, or is that still something you're thinking about?
First off, I live this game. I'm about this life. You know, so I'm ready to train now. I've got the heating on in the gym. I've got my sauna ready for the recovery after. As soon as this interview's done, I'm straight in the gym. I live for this. It's what I do. It's who I am. You know, I'm a modern-day gladiator. And I love to fight. I'm really about this life. And as for the rematch clause, there is a rematch clause. We'll see. You know, we got plenty of options, but obviously we've both agreed to the rematch. Turk Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, said he wants to fight in September back at Tottenham Stadium. So I guess we'll see. I mean, there's plenty of changes I'd make to the rematch, plenty. And it's a bitter one to swallow this, as out of all people, losing to a Eubank.
Yeah,
it's hard.
We had Chris Eubank Jr. in the studio here a few months ago. They put a belt on me. I got through 20 seconds, and I don't think he was giving it full welly. You got through 12 rounds of that of that fight. Tell us, what was the point where you felt that kind of the most pain and challenge in the fight?
There wasn't really a moment where. There wasn't really a moment where there was a rocky moment. It was, when I mean rocky moment, I mean where it was, you know, touch and go. I never had that. He just outworked me a little bit in the later rounds. You know, personally, I thought I nicked the fight by a round. You know, could have gone either way. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, there's adjustments that can be made to winning the fight, for sure. You know, he boxed smart, he used his weight, you know, in the last 2 rounds, and you know, there's changes that will be made. You know, what a great fighter, what a great dancing partner. So credit to Chris for him and his win.
It's a credit to Chris.
I want that revenge.
It's a credit to Chris, but it's also a credit to you. I mean, we hope to see you again this autumn, and you've got choices to make. But whatever happens, and whatever the result on Saturday, it will go down as one of the great boxing moments in the 21st century, and you delivered that with Chris Eubank Jr. And on behalf of all the fans, you thank you, because what you did was brilliant.
I really appreciate that. It's a blessing. Such a blessing I could deliver that for you guys.
Conor Benn, lovely to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.